Stop this madness!
What's happening? Magneto's disrupting Earth's magnetic shield.
That'll kill us all!
Only the weak shall perish. The age of mutants is upon us.
What did humanity do to deserve
They
this?
stripped me naked and chained me to a plate.
That would do it.
Ever try that with Jean?
What's wrong with you?
Loneliness. Mutants will inherit the Earth eventually. There's no need for this. I'm simply giving evolution a little push.
Humans deserve a second chance.
They can have a second chance in the afterlife.
Ooh, sick burn.
You just got roasted,
What are you
Summers.
talking about?
Magneto folded you up like a chair.
And you're visually impaired.
Quit while you're ahead, Magnus.
Nuking the humans!
Magneto, you coward.
If you want to kill humanity, then you should do it yourself.
Logan is pro-genocide?
That's my boy. Isn't that exactly what I'm doing? You're hiding behind your powers, Buckethead. How about you get those hands dirty? You expect me to strangle each human individually? Yeah, I guess that's one way of doing it.
Logan, that makes no sense.
Well, it sounded a lot
It'd
cooler
be
in my...
horribly inefficient.
If anything, what he's doing now is more ethical.
Okay, look, I'm not crazy about the idea, all
Just
right?
shut the hell up,
You
Logan.
can't talk to me like that. Nuking the humans!
Erasing humanity won't fill the emotional void in your heart, Magneto.
I beg your pardon?
I see it written all over your face. You're lost, alone, afraid. Let me be your friend.
Are you coming on to me?
What? No, I'm
Not
not.
the time or place, buddy.
Totally messed up.
Hank, don't return to the mansion. There's no place for you there.
I was just trying to comfort him.
Look, you can be gay, all right? You just can't get gay for genocide.
What is that even?
Nuking the humans!
Do you just want one of my X-Men, Magnus? I can give you one of my X-Men.
I'm not doing this to collect your bloody X-Men.
How about Kitty? She can walk through walls, you know.
So can Juggernaut.
Nightcrawler can
My
teleport.
son has super speed.
Okay, then how about Jubilee?
Jubilee?
Yes.
You're seriously suggesting Jubilee?
She can make fireworks.
You know, Charles, I can't help but notice you're only offering me C-list X-Men.
What?
No, that's ridiculous. Kitty, Nightcrawler, and Jubilee. What the hell am I meant to do with those?
I can throw in a mint condition Gambit.
Nuking the humans!
Enough of this. Take me instead. Scott, you're far too valuable to trade. My life, Magneto. Take my life in exchange for the humans.
You, in exchange for all humanity?
Yes, I'm ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Just gonna be honest, you're coming across as kind of arrogant.
Well, I was going for more of a heroic gesture vibe.
You just had to make this about yourself.
Okay, I wasn't trying to...
Kind of a douchebag move. He's been like this as long as I've known him.
Leave the kid alone.
Thanks, Logan.
Once he's gone, he will be chaining me to a wall.
You're a real piece of...
Nuking the humans!
Stop! Of all people, you should be against genocide, Magneto.
Excuse me?
Want me to say it? Fine. You're acting like a Nazi.
Dude, that's not cool.
He literally went to the camps, man.
You know what? I'm just gonna go home. Bury yourself, Hank. Bury yourself and never come out.
But guys, I think I just
Shut
saved-
up, beast. Great job today, team.
Nothing like slicing up some zombie fascists.
Enough choice for the danger room, no?
Gambit, please speak English.
Well done, my X-Men. I believe you are ready for your final mission. Of course, Professor. Just tell us what it is. I need you to kill the president.
What?
The White House is heavily guarded, so Phase 1 is Operation Human Shield. Hank, you're key to this. Professor, this is immoral.
Nonsense! Hank is tough!
Thanks, Professor.
Plus, they won't be able to resist shooting him.
I retract my thanks.
Notre nation is at gross misuse of our power.
See? Gambit's on board.
This whole kill the president thing has really come out of left field.
I've been kind of building up to it this whole time.
How?
You've been taking out enemies in the danger room for years.
But those aren't real people.
And humans are.
How can killing the president possibly help?
Yes, there's some fine wine in the kitchen.
Why would we kill the president?
That's what I asked.
Dude, are you an alcoholic?
Well, you see, I've come to realize that humanity will never accept us. At least not without a little persuasion.
Charles, you're starting to sound like...
Are we ready to make history?
Magneto!
Settle down, Scott. He's here to help. We can finally put this ruse to rest, old friend. Indeed, Magnus.
What's he talking about?
Why, we've been working together for decades.
But he's attacked us countless times.
A little bit of drama.
He tried to kill me!
That part was real. Charles put a rather nice bounty on your head.
How could you do that to one of your own?
Yes, the Eiffel Tower is rather tall.
Why would you work with him?
To draw in more talent. We agreed years ago to divide into two sides to cast the widest net, as it were.
This is appalling.
Yes, I regret to say that Charles got all the good mutants.
It must have been my magnetic personality.
You own a giant mansion and constantly brainwash people. But sure, let's go with that.
This doesn't make any sense.
Charles planned this out meticulously. It's a simple suicide mission.
What?
Ducks go quack. Yes, Gambit. We'll strap explosives to Beast and hurl him at the president.
I thought I was the human shield.
We need you full of bullets so Magnus can throw you.
Magnetism, hello?
Why not use metal explosives?
That's not as fun.
All right, Professor, let's do this.
Logan?
I've lived long enough to know what we're doing ain't working. Time for something different. You are a treacherous swine.
Gambit's with us too. Excellent.
I'll never agree to this, Professor. I have ways of changing your mind.
If I say yes, will you strap the explosives to Cyclops instead?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Guys, can we talk this out?
No.
What time should I book the Kill the President simulation?
Tomorrow afternoon? Nothing like a little treason to spice up the week.
Magneto and Rogue already booked it.
How about the day after?
Also Magneto and Rogue.
Later this week?
The whole month is full.
Good morning, my X-Men.
What are you doing in the danger room with Rogue?
Endurance training.
Kind of weird how it's always with her.
I prefer to train with people who can fly.
I guess that makes sense.
Plus, she's really hot.
Magneto!
Well, isn't she? Don't tell me you wouldn't tap that beast.
This is highly
And
inappropriate.
your relationship with Jean isn't.
Yeah, but I'm not 100.
First of all, screw you. And second of all, isn't age just a number?
One that has legal implications. People like you make me sick.
You're older than I am.
Can't you date someone your own age?
People my age don't look like that, Scott.
You shouldn't be allowed around children.
She's an adult. Plus, all those lifetimes she's absorbed makes her more mature than she looks.
I doubt that argument's holding up in court.
Is that from personal experience?
We ain't the same.
You're literally 10 times older than my girlfriend, Logan, and you constantly hit on her.
Shut up!
How long have you and Rogue been like this?
Oh, we've known each other for a few years.
How many years?
A few.
Like 3?
A little bit more.
5?
A little bit more.
6?
Honestly, more like 12.
Oh, my stars and garters.
You groomed her.
Let's just kill her.
Groomed? No, it was mentoring.
You're a monster.
You should be in prison. Sure. Put the master of magnetism in prison. Great idea, Scott.
I always knew you were evil, Magneto, but not like this. I let you drink out of my favorite mug.
Leave here at once. You jumped up little X-Men should be happy I'm sharing my seat with you. Do you know how cool my damn kids are?
What kind of defense is that?
To be fair, Scarlet Witch is really hot.
Not helping Logan.
Look at my body. Look at these muscles.
He is in great shape for a 7-year-old.
How is that relevant? I really have a thing for redheads.
I missed out on my youth, you know. There wasn't time for romance in the cat.
It just keeps getting worse.
That's one twisted origin story. War changes a man.
You would all do the same thing in my position.
We absolutely wouldn't.
Unless it was Jean.
Dude, stop talking.
Hello, my X-Men.
Professor? I thought you were dead.
Goodness, no. I was just on vacation.
Where did you go?
A lovely little island in the Caribbean. With my millionaire friends, of course. Very exclusive.
Must have been a nice break from all the students.
Quite the opposite, Hank. The island was full of children. Suddenly, I'm not so bad, right? Would any of you care to hear my contingency plans?
Contingency plans?
Don't you trust us, Professor?
Would you trust a bunch of superpowered hormonal teenagers?
Charles, I was born in the 1800s. The real threat is a croissant without butter.
The professor's right. Our powers are dangerous. There should be plans to stop us in case we lose control.
Glad you agree, Scott. So let's start with you. Power nullification contact lenses. They'll be almost impossible for you to remove, though they may not be enough. So how about a permanent visor that dampens your optic blast?
Dear God!
But you're resilient, Scott. I made you the leader of the X-Men for a reason. You might find a way to pull off the visor to rip out the lenses. So I've left the most devious plan for last.
Chemical agent, energy disruption field, psychic leash.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand?
A big handful of sand right in the face. You'll be positively baffled.
That's it?
Could happen at breakfast, lunch, while you're in the shower. Pocket sand.
Honestly, Professor, I was expecting something better.
Oh, don't worry, Hank. I've got plenty of plans for you. A serum that reduces your intelligence to that of an ordinary human.
Oh, my stars and garters!
Nerve-dampening collar that makes you clumsy and slow.
That's cruel!
Banana trap.
Come again?
I'll leave a delicious banana on the ground. You won't be able to resist picking it up, but when you do, a rope will hoist you up by your foot, leaving you helpless in midair.
Is that really how you see me, Professor? Just a big blue monkey?
I think you're underestimating this banana beast. We're talking perfectly ripe, golden perfection. The kind of banana your ancestors threw feces over.
Okay, Chuck, we get it. Some serious plans, then a stupid one. Can we leave now?
Why, that's not true at all, Logan. I have just the one plan for you.
All right, fine. Let's hear it.
Gene bots.
Gene bots?
Please stop staring at me.
Oh yes, a whole fleet of Gene bots. The please kill me bot. Angry pregnant bot. It's not you, it's me bot. Gene loves Scott bot that flirts with you, then starts complaining about Scott. The sacrificial Gene bot that goes, oh, why couldn't you have saved me, Logan? And of course, a pleasure bot that delivers a fatal neurotoxin.
I love you, Professor. I love you. I love you. Careful, Logan. Love is like a souffle. Rush and it collapses.
Ah, Gambit, I couldn't forget about you. What if those cards of yours were replaced with baguettes?
I'd never throw such perfection.
Or how about I constantly keep you drunk?
Nice try, Professor, but I'm always drunk.
Or play accordion music to pacify you?
Professor, you're just describing Paris.
Am I?
Your contingency plan is sending Gambit on a business trip to Paris.
Honestly, that's a little bit racist. No complaints from me.
Thanks for clearing that up, Gene.
No problem, Professor.
You are the heart and soul of the X-Men. Your strength is unmatched. Your kindness limitless.
It's all thanks to your teachings, Professor.
I'd shoot you while you sleep.
What?
Yep, that's my contingency plan for you. Bullets right to the side of the head while you're unconscious.
Professor, this is horrific!
Bitch, you're the one who blows up planets.
Okay, Professor, but what about you? You're the most powerful telepath who ever lived. What if you lose control?
Never fear, Scott. A flight of stairs is all it takes to stop me.
Professor be like, oh, I can't walk.
And also alien poontang.
Moment ruined.
God damn it, Professor.
You're going to shoot me in the head?
I just lost my appetite. Speak for yourself.
It's over, Jean. Give me back my son.
Don't you mean our son?
Jean, you look so different.
I did a little something with my hair and my lips.
Are those thigh highs?
So you noticed those too?
Okay, Scott, take the shot.
What did you think of them?
She's standing right there, Scott. Take the shot.
Do you like my open bust dress?
Oh, God, yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Blast this hopping.
I'm sorry, guys, but I can't.
The shrew has been forged from brimstone.
Translation?
He said she's an evil clone. I hear you. Counterpoint? She's really hot.
Damn it, Summers.
Reject women. Embrace magnetism. Can't you see how evil she is?
I'm going for the goth girlfriend look.
Okay, guys, I know she's an evil clone, but she is the mother of my child. To be honest, this situation is confusing as hell for me. I'm tapping out.
Tapping out?
You're an X-Man. You can't tap out. Dude, I'm tapping out.
What would Charles think of this treason?
Professor?
You're like a son to me, Scott. I trust you with my very life. I want you to know that I keep a gun in the arm of my chair. It's always with me, Scott. I sleep with it. I dream about it. You can never be too careful around these students.
It's not working. He keeps talking about guns.
Guns?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
Are you sure this isn't his evil clone?
Kind of hinted it was for his self-defense.
Guns are nothing before my might.
What about wooden guns?
Silence!
You don't think the professor actually used it, do you? Do I think the professor shot someone? No, of course not. That's like totally ridiculous. Besides, we would have heard about it.
Could have just wiped your memories.
What?
He could have shot someone, then wiped everyone's memories about the event. It would have been easy for him.
This is a terrifying thought.
Don't listen to her, Scott.
Join me, Scott. The Goblin Queen needs a king.
Not gonna lie, Goblin Queen is kind of weird, but I'm in.
Step away from her, you fool!
I'm kind of bricked up at the moment.
Don't worry, Summers. I know this ain't easy. That's why I offer myself as a sacrifice. Do what you want to me, Jean. Make me your freaky sex puppet for all I care. Just let Summers go!
What a noble gesture!
He is truly the best of us. Tie me up, slap me, step on me. It's all right. My ego ain't that big. Just leave the kid out of this.
I know what you're doing.
You ain't gotta thank me, Scott. You know, I really should have said this sooner, but you're like a brother to me.
You've always had a thing for her.
Charles would have been proud of you, kid. I know I sure as hell am.
You can't just live out your sick fantasies with my fake goth girlfriend.
Your words can no longer reach him. His heart is set.
We shall remember you, Logan. We shall remember you.
So, Jean, how do you want to do this? Should I take off the spandex now, or...
Sorry, Logan, but you're a little short for my taste. Not to mention a furry.
Furries deserve love.
I'm back, Professor.
X-Men, we're under attack.
Good heavens!
I'm too young to die!
Permission to use lethal force, Professor? Permission granted.
Wait, it's me, Morph.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Where you been?
Left for dead on our last mission, thanks to Cyclops.
That's my boy.
Welcome back. So, what are your powers?
I'm a shapeshifter.
And how does that work?
I just become other people. You know, shapeshift.
Yeah, but like, how?
Can you tell exactly how tall someone is at a glance?
6'1", bub.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, the shapeshift wouldn't be too convincing, would it?
What about how heavy?
Please don't shapeshift into me. I'm like 80% pizza right now.
Yeah, I can do that too. What's with the questions, guys?
So your mutant power isn't just shape-shifting, but also having an amazing eye for detail?
Have you ever considered being an architect?
Guys, I'm an X-Man, not an architect.
You'd make a hell of a lot of money.
Morph, please see me after this meeting.
What if they have a filling? Like, do you shapeshift the filling too?
How could he even know that?
If he's looking in their mouth, he might be able to tell.
Yeah, but what if it's like one of the teeth at the back?
Look, you're making this way more complicated than it needs to be.
Can you shapeshift organs?
What?
Yeah, like if you shapeshift into a guy with just one kidney, do you still have two?
Of course I do.
But one of them is the other guy's, right?
We could totally sell these organs and become super rich.
You know, I think we're a bad influence on her.
Or what if you shapeshift into someone with 6 fingers and one of them gets cut off? Are you, like, missing a finger now, or...?
If the guy has 4 fingers on one hand and 6 on the other, they'd probably all be morphs.
Okay, but what if he had 11 toes?
I don't know.
What if the guy's blind? Are you just like blind now?
That would be so scary. Like, what if you don't even know he's blind and you shapeshift and suddenly everything starts?
He shifted into me and was able to walk, so probably not.
He copied your body, but bypassed the paralysis?
Morph, you should seriously be a surgeon.
I
I never thought about this.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask the obvious one. When you shapeshift into a woman, what happens to your penis?
Dude, there are children in the room.
Nah, I kinda wanna know as well.
Remind me to erase your memories.
How do my powers even work? What about your brain chemistry? Does that change too?
Wouldn't that make him schizophrenic?
How do you know if this is even the real you?
Dear God.
If you shapeshift into a dead guy, do you, like, instantly die?
That would be super lame.
Well, he can shapeshift organs, can't he?
We don't know that for sure, Professor.
What if the dead guy has a filly?
I don't know who I am, what I am. I need to leave.
Jeez, maybe he should shapeshift into a therapist.
Nice one, Jubilee.
You're looking mighty fine without that helmet, sugar.
And you, my dear, I've waited decades for something so sweet.
Good things take time.
I sculpted you like an artist.
You're making me blush.
And now you're finally right.
I reckon it's about time you come and picked me.
Oh, yes.
What the hell's going on?
Scott, oh God, we were just, we were training.
Training?
Correct.
Didn't sound like
It
training.
was a real special kind.
Magneto, get the hell out.
Excuse me.
Mass murder, genociding humanity. I can live with that, all right? But grooming?
I ain't being groomed. I'm in my 20s.
The age gap is still kind of weird.
Daddy Eric's got the body of a 50-year-old.
All for you, my sweet, precious child.
Not really helping your case here.
Gambit!
You have deceived me, ma chérie.
Listen, I can explain.
I gave you my heart, and you tossed it like yesterday's baguette.
It ain't that simple,
I
Gambit.
waxed my chest for you.
She actually understands
We
We should have her on the team more often.
I've been telling Charles that for years.
Shut up.
Can we just keep things as a fun little love
I
triangle?
was going to present you to my mother.
I don't want to fly all the way to Paris.
Ellie, I'm an American, you racist bitch. Did someone say love triangle?
Oh, for the love of
She
God.
just needed guidance.
You guided her into your spandex.
Do you have a problem with the drip, beast?
Your drip has no sleeves.
The master of magnetism does not require sleeves.
And what's with the giant M?
Maybe it stands for molester.
Seriously? You came in here just to say that? Do better, Logan.
Well, Gambit found it funny. I didn't realize you were for sale, ma chérie.
You can't touch me the way Eric can.
Arthritis really is magnificent.
Enough! You've crossed the line, Magneto. We need to take a vote on whether you should stay.
Very well, as long as illegals are excluded. Looking at you, Gambit.
Raciste and rumor. Très bien, Magneto.
You're acting like a catfish crawling up a tree fixing to wrangle with a tornado in a cornfield.
Didn't make out a word of that.
Okay, screw this. Gene, just read their minds and we'll vote that way.
Is it weird that I'm naked under all this fur?
How you doing?
What's going on here? Grooming allegations. And you? I was eating toast.
Professor, you need to do something.
Why?
Magneto's rather good at this sort of thing.
Perhaps I should give you tips. Indeed, Magnus.
Professor?
Oh, Scott, don't give me that face. You got the girl, so why does it matter?
I don't understand.
Well, I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Back in the day, I had romantic feelings for Jean.
You had what?
This is highly inappropriate.
Yes, but I'm crippled, you see, so it would have never worked out.
Gene, did this actually happen?
I'm Snails Marie Antoinette.
I assure you, my feelings for Jean are canon.
What if we've been groomed and he made us forget?
Magneto, I need to 3D print your helmet.
Is my loyalty to the professor implanted?
Are my intellectual achievements even my own?
I really hope Jean doesn't groom me.
Want to head out and
3D
get
print
dinner?
helmet
That
too.
sounds
Deny
wonderful.
above.
This is it, my X-Men. I don't have long left. Let me see your faces one last time.
We're here for you, Charles.
Wolverine, you have found a family. Scott, Jean, you are like my children. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Charles, wait! You can't die yet! Do me! Do me!
What is it, Hank?
Well, I couldn't help but notice that you forgot me.
I didn't forget you.
Look, I know you have brain cancer, I get that. It sucks. But you actually did forget.
Do you really want me to say
Lay
it?
it on me, Charles. I'm ready.
You want me to do this right now, in front of everyone?
more than anything.
Okay, fine. Hank, I never loved you.
What?
I never loved you, Hank. I've been quietly resenting you for years.
But why?
Why? Okay, let's see. Where should I start? You scare kids.
Scare kids! I have been nothing but polite to the students.
You're a giant blue monster, Hank. You give them trauma. Deep, disturbing, psychological trauma. And scared kids are bad for business.
Charles, you capitalist!
I had to fix them, you know. I had to hop on Cerebro and fix them. Wipe out their freaky nightmares of you chasing them naked down a corridor doing God knows what.
I beg your pardon?
Do you know what happens if you use Cerebro too much, Hank? Well, you're looking at it. Brain cancer. That's right. You gave me brain cancer.
That seems a little unfair.
You made the X-Men orphans, Hank. Wolverine cried because of you.
I just got something in my eye.
I refuse to listen to this when you invited Magneto. Like he's standing right there, the man that attacked us at least a dozen times. But I'm the villain?
That is correct. My only regret is that Magneto never managed to kill you, Hank. Even if he took a few of the others out in the process, it probably would have been a net positive.
A net positive?
Net positive.
Magneto killing me is a net positive?
I would assume so, yes.
Screw you, Charles. Just hurry up and die already.
He truly is a beast! Magnus, you devil!
Charles. I'm joining the Avengers.
Guys, there's something we need to talk about.
Go ahead, Scott.
It's about my name.
What's wrong with Scott?
Uptight, serious, stole my girl. That we call him Les
I have no idea what you just said.
Not that. My mutant name, Cyclops. I'm just gonna be honest, I find it offensive.
Nonsense! We call Hank Beast and he doesn't complain.
Actually, I do find the name a bit...
Shut up, beast.
I think Cyclops sounds good.
Well, it's not even true. I have 2 eyes, not one.
To the world, your red visor reflects a single solitary eye.
Gambit, if you have nothing useful to add, then be quiet.
Cry me a river,
Will
Summers.
that come out of one eye or two?
Gene, you're so funny and attractive.
Guys, it's a slur, all right? I want you to stop calling me that.
I think you're overreacting.
How about you wear an eye patch to make it accurate? J'adore.
Yes, Gambit, that is a door.
I could surgically remove one of his eyes.
Or we could rename him to Big Silly Baby.
You're so clever, Gene. So, are you free later?
Guys, I'm trying to be respectful.
You know, your powers are more of a liability than an asset, so surgery is still on the table.
He is not even that good at being a mutant.
There are baguettes in the kitchen.
Oh, my discrimination.
You really crack me up, Gene. But seriously, when are you free?
If you keep calling me that, I'm gonna sue.
Yeah, let's just settle things the old-fashioned way.
You should know that lawsuits don't work against me, Scott.
I don't care if you're rich. Justice will prevail.
He was referring to brainwashing.
Professor, should I inject him with the toxin?
Not yet, Hank. Let's see how this plays out.
If you win, Scott, I'll just erase it from your memories.
That's my girl.
Perhaps I should be his lawyer.
Good one, Gambit.
Wait, you guys understood me?
The door on the left.
You can't treat students like this. We're people, damn it.
How about I make you forget how to breathe?
I'll say you assaulted me.
I'm gonna carve your eyeballs out.
Dude, too far.
Threaten me all you want, but I'll never back down. I stand for truth, for justice, for a better tomorrow.
I understand, Scott. Words can be hurtful.
Thank you, Professor.
Make no mistake, if I get another one of these damn lawsuits, then I'll erase you from existence just like the others.
Professor, what are
I'll
you...
use Cerebro to remove you from everyone's memory, Scott. Your friends, family, hell, even your barber. He'll be a nameless, faceless ghost wandering the world alone forever.
Does that mean no one would call me Cyclops?
I would assume so, yes.
Let's do it, Professor.
Excellent.
Wait, Scott, to be forgotten is worse than death.
You must be really hungry.
I knew everything would work out in the end.
I bet you did. You're so smart, Gene. So, anyway, I was gonna head back to my room. Got some new pajamas, but I might not even wear them.
Logan, if you keep hitting on me, I'll sue.
It's Egyptian cotton.
Join me, my X-Men, and let us rule over the humans. You're not a god, Magnus.
Your way doesn't work, Charles, but perhaps his does.
Will any of you join?
I will, Magneto. For a better tomorrow.
Anyone?
Use me as you see fit.
I've got dental.
Can you not hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Well, I want to join you.
Let me get back to you on that.
Perhaps you're unfamiliar with my powers. It has been a while since we last clashed.
I know about your powers.
Okay, well then you should know I've got superhuman strength.
So does Rogue.
I'm a brilliant scientist.
You've turned yourself into a monster.
I've got sharp fangs.
Yeah, my dental plan isn't covering that.
Fine, I'll just stay where I am.
No, Hank, you were right. Join Magneto. He's not joining. Oh, yes, he is. No, I insist. Throw in Jean and we've got a deal. We're not playing that game, you sly bastard. How about we flip a coin? Flip a coin with the master of magnetism. Fair point.
Guys, do none of you want me?
Well, you are kind of always lecturing us, and not in an interesting, fun way, more like an arrogant piece of shit way.
You get fur everywhere.
You experiment on aliens. He does what? Oh, yes. He has his own little space prison where he injects aliens with all kinds of stuff. Glorified torture, really. His morality has been on a downward spiral for the past few years. But to be honest, the fur thing is much more troublesome.
You know about that?
He's standing right there, Charles. We could just... You know, in front of the other X-Men, persistent problems require permanent solution. It seems a tad extreme. Think of it as a fun team-building exercise.
Listen to your heart, Professor.
Whatever you decide, we're with you. Whatever you decide.
Is there really a downside to this?
Come on, guys. It's me, Beast. Sure, I might lecture a bit much, and I admit that alien torture incident wasn't my finest moment. My methods were... unconventional, that's for sure. And yeah, I did commit genocide that one time in a country in Central America, but hey, mistakes were made. We're a family, and families fight, but we fight together. X-Men forever!
Freeze him, Charles! Now go, my X-Men!
Jean, please calm down.
Make it stop! Make the suffocating compliment stop!
Status report, Hank.
The injection's ready to go.
Excellent.
Officer, I'm unsure if this is ethical.
Didn't catch a word of that.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Logan.
What are you up to?
We were, discussing Sentinels.
Sentinels?
Yes.
You guys never talk about Sentinels.
Gambit was explaining their weak points.
Finally, my combat skills are being
A
recognized.
bit early for a drink.
That's cool, I guess. So, Jean, how you doing?
Oh, God, no!
You smell great. Is that a new shampoo?
Not again, not again.
Want me to make you breakfast? Stay away from her, damn it. I can make you some too if you like.
Be gone,
What the hell was that?
A little something to lower the testosterone.
You just got neutered, bitch.
Thank you, piece of...
We tested it on more first.
Whatever happened to him? We don't talk about more.
Rage weakening. Stay away from the light, mon petit ami.
Any chance we can reboot Gambit?
Oh, see what I can whip up.
I feel so different, eh? So calm, so happy.
You do?
Yes, Jean. I finally realized how I've been treating you, eh? I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable? You've been stalking her, growling at her, sneakily sniffing her hair.
Scott, please don't be like that.
No, Jean, he's right, eh? I deserve it.
Logan has aged like fine wine.
Oh, ooh la la.
Try speaking now, Gambit.
Sacre bleu. I don't want croissants in the afternoon, it's coffee.
Back to the drawing board.
Let me make it up to you, Jean. How about I bake you a cake, eh?
A cake? You've got to be joking.
I've never tried, but I'm willing to learn, eh?
Logan, that sounds wonderful.
And maybe I could knit you a nice sweater too, eh?
You? Knitting?
You're right. I'm being silly.
It's not silly at all.
I have a good feeling about this one.
Faire Jacques, t'as vu?
Good heavens, he's speaking demon!
I want to apologize to you as well, Scott, eh? I've treated your girlfriend horribly.
Damn right you have. Do you know how often I've wanted to blast you?
I deserve it. Go ahead, buddy. If it helps you, it helps me.
Logan, I'd never seen this side of you. I kind of like it.
Jean, don't tell me you're buying
I'm
this.
done fighting, Scott. I'm just here to support you both, eh?
Okay, this one will definitely do it.
Can you understand me now?
Gambit, you're speaking English!
Professor, I'm so relieved. There's been so much I've wanted to tell you, so much I've wanted to...
The smell of fresh baguettes in the morning. Magnifique.
Hank, what the hell are you doing?
I like stabbing things.
You've been making our lives miserable for years.
I understand, Scott. I'll leave if you want.
I think that's for the best.
No, don't go, Logan. I want to get to know the new you.
Jean, you're not actually...
Stop speaking for me, Scott. Look at him. He's sweet, sensitive, sexy.
Jean!
Let's head back to my room, Logan. I've got some new pajamas.
Oh, eh? Are they Egyptian cotton?
Stop talking.
I can't believe this is happening.
Hey, Scott, make your own damn breakfast, bub.
Logan!
Professor, may I ask a personal question?
Ask away, Scott.
Are you going to propose?
I certainly hope not.
Romance is the spice of life.
English, Gambit. English.
What's with the chair?
Well, Scott, I'm actually crippled.
I know that, but why is it so big?
It does seem inconvenient.
Nonsense. Have you seen how wide the arms are? Very comfy.
I prefer the arms of a loved one. What did he say?
How am I supposed to know?
Ain't you a telepath?
I'm not going in there.
Plus, they're a great place to keep my gun.
Professor!
Yes?
You have a gun?
Naturally, Hank. Strictly for self-defense, of course.
Why?
You can never be too careful around these students.
You are not the man I once knew.
Smoking in the mansion is prohibited.
What's the make?
Glock 19. Perfect for those difficult days.
Professor, you haven't actually used it, right?
Well, I roll into the danger room every now and then for some target practice.
Who you shoot?
Oh, you know, the usual suspects. Magneto, the IRS, Hank.
Why don't you love me, Professor? You always have a place with me, my frère bleu Sasquatch.
No, you can't have my money.
And I did need to make an example out of Angel.
You did what?
Angel flew a little too close to the sun, if you catch my drift.
Was he one of Magneto's crew?
He was a student, from a wealthy family too, no less. Regrettable, but necessary.
I don't remember teaching
Well,
him.
then he couldn't have been very important.
May I see you in the afterlife, my sweet fallen friend? Jean's mine, bub. We ain't making this love triangle a square.
I don't remember him either.
Ah, yes, that's right. I erased all of your memories.
You shoot students and make us forget?
Only the ones that talk back to me.
How often has this happened?
How am I meant to remember that?
Does brainwashing even work on Jean?
Not nearly as well. Only for a few days at most. She's one tough cookie.
Jean, does this mean...
Perceptive as always, Scott. She's with me.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this,
How
Scott.
could you? You knew about this all
Elle
along?
m'a jeune avant. Is it wrong that I still find her attractive?
It was for the greater good.
Greater good?
Tell that to Angel.
Like maybe even more attractive?
See, this is why I keep secrets. You lot always act the same.
What do you mean, act the same?
What do you think he means, Scott?
This isn't the first time you've told us, is it?
Correct, but maybe it should be the last.
Shall we wipe their memories again, Professor?
Yes, that is probably for the best.
Wait, you can't just make us forget this.
I do Scott and Gambit, you do Hank and Logan.
I'd rather not go inside his mind.
She must really hate you, Beast.
Sure she does.
Well, would you rather have Gambit?
Fair point.
I refuse to be your marionette. We will have our best field day. Viva la Louisiana!
Jean, stop! Don't be like him! Jean! What's with the chair?
Well, Scott, I'm crippled.
I know that, but why is it so big?
Have you seen how wide the arms are? Very comfy. Plus, they're a great place to put my sandwiches.
That's our professor.
Who
even are you?
The mother of our son.
Then why did you kidnap?
You're probably wondering how Jean got so hot, right, Scott?
Excuse me?
The hair, the thigh highs, the bust.
Sinister, please.
Stop objectifying my evil clone wife.
But I made her, Scott. From her childbearing hips to her seductive lips. I made the most sexually attractive woman alive, allowed in a PG-13.
But why?
Why? For you, Scott.
It's always been about you,
I
Scott.
don't
Your
understand.
genetics, Scott, they're perfect. Your chiseled jaw, toned abs, magnificent pecs.
Well, I have been working out.
I took the condom from your wallet.
What?
I needed you to make her
He
pregnant.
did it for us, Scott.
Have you been stalking
I
me?
watched the whole thing, Scott, for scientific purposes, of course.
Science is so hot.
Incidentally, it's definitely above average.
Way above average.
Listen, I am flattered, but this is just really
I
weird.
drew you, Scott. I drew you making love to your evil clone
He's an
wife.
artist,
Please
Scott.
stop drawing me.
But I need more pictures to accompany my fan fiction,
It's
Scott.
so boring without the pictures.
Who even are you?
Life-size body pillows, Scott.
Hug me, Scott.
Enough of this. Where's my son?
He's safe, but I need more. I need more genetically perfect mutant babies.
Let's make a baby, Scott.
Answer me, or I'll shoot.
No, you'll break my baby vials. This one will grow the enhanced jawline baby, and this one will be the enlarged bust baby. Can I adopt
You're
her?
insane.
Insane? Is having a baby battle royale insane?
Survival of the fittest, Scott.
What is wrong with you people?
Think about it, Scott. A genetically perfect baby army, parented by you and your evil clone wife.
Brings a tear to my eye.
Why would you do that?
After they prove their worth, I'll sell them in a supervillain baby auction, but they will be deceived. Or I will forge in secret a master baby to control all others.
One baby to rule them all,
I
Scott.
don't want any part in
I
this.
have a contract, Scott. I'll make you a harem of evil gene clones, and in return, you'll give me a baby every month. Also, I get to take pictures of you and videos.
As tempting as that is, I just can't agree to it. It's unethical.
Did I mention you'll be insanely rich?
Sign me up.
When are you gonna take pictures of me?
Don't question my method.
Well, Scott, it's that time of year again.
Performance reviews? I'm ready, Professor. Please, be as honest as you can.
You're an impressive leader, Scott. Your discipline unwavering. Your tactics masterful.
All thanks to your teachings, Professor.
Sure, you're a little obsessed with the rules, but who could blame you? Keeping this team in line is like herding cats.
Yeah, especially Kitty.
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but some of them have been calling you a dictator.
I mean, I think that's a slight exaggeration.
But a little bit of dictatorship never hurt anyone. You've got a strong moral compass, Scott.
Thanks.
I just wish it didn't point at orphanages so much, you know.
Come again?
You thought I wouldn't find out, didn't you? When you were fighting Magneto's goons in the city. When you blasted those buildings. When the debris fell on that orphanage.
Professor, that was an accident. And besides, they survived.
And that's the damn problem, Scott. Those orphans are suing us.
What?
First the danger room deaths, then the genetic experiments, and now the orphans. My insurance can't handle this, Scott.
Did you say death?
It's just bad optics, you know. Really bad optics.
Professor, was that meant to be a joke?
You're fine. Logan, how have you been doing?
Not bad, I guess. Trying to find that blasted salami.
I'd expect no less. You've got to keep your strength up. You're a formidable warrior.
Damn right.
Even if you are vertically challenged.
Less height, more fight, bub.
But let's be honest, this whole Jean situation is a little awkward.
Gene situation.
At first it was kind of cute. Oh, big bad Wolverine has a crush, but now it's just sad.
Listen, I ain't here to talk about my love life, bub.
You know, people are getting a little sick of it. You've become rather one-dimensional.
I'm the goddamn Wolverine, bub. I got claws, healing, and a bad attitude.
Would you like to go to a strip club?
I beg your pardon?
Something to let a little of that simp energy out. My treat, of course.
Professor, this is highly inappropriate.
Why? Because I'm crippled? I'm a telepath, Logan. I know how to please a woman.
Oh, dear God.
Hank, you've done so much for the X-Men. Your command of science and engineering is simply outstanding.
I'm happy to help, Professor.
But we're replacing you with AI.
Excuse me?
Yes, AI. It can do everything you can do, but better. It can solve equations, write up mission briefs, hell, it even quotes Shakespeare.
Shall I compare thee to a system error?
But, Professor, that's unethical.
Yes, well, it's also significantly cheaper, so, you know.
Why are you doing this?
Because I hate you, and you gave me brain cancer, in that order. Toodles, Jubilee, where have you been?
Just hanging around the mansion, Professor.
Well, that's a bit of a problem, Jubilee. I need you on mission.
You never invite me on missions. In fact, it's the first time I've ever been in a video.
Now, I know your powers are a little, shall we say, embarrassing.
I don't find them embarrassing.
But I want you to think bigger than fireworks. I'm rather confident that with enough practice, you could nuke a city.
I could what?
Hell, you may even be able to level an entire country.
Professor, I just want to play video games.
Do you know how much the government would pay for someone like you?
I'm just a carefree teenage girl who chews bubblegum.
No, seriously, do you? These lawsuits are really starting to add
Just
up.
your playful, helpful friend with flashy powers.
Care to go on a business trip to North Korea?
Who else will do your taxes?
Look, I'm just going to be honest. People don't find you funny anymore.
They want junk food.
But I serve
of the finest escargot, mon ami.
You see, that's the problem. The whole accent thing has gotten kind of old. And I'm not really sure what else to do with you.
C'est la refinement, like a forgotten chateau.
So I'm putting you on extended leave.
Pardon?
Maybe I'll replace you with a wedge of cheese or something.
La traiteur!
Third door on the left.
Do I get severance?
No. Here you are, my greatest X-Man. Everyone loves you, you know. You always give 110%. And that voice. Oh, why, Charles, flattery will get you everywhere. Effective immediately, you're the new leader of the X-Men. Excellent. Though there is a slight issue. I'm not actually an X-Man. Technicalities, Magnus. Technicalities. Looking the humans. Oh, yes.
Destroy all X-Men.
Sentinel. Stand back, Summers. I'll handle this.
I am not just any Sentinel. I am the latest, most deadly model.
Watch out for the lasers, Logan.
You misunderstand, foolish X-Men. I do not attack with lasers. I attack with words.
Words? We're not in school anymore. Is this a joke?
Negative. Allow me to demonstrate. You are stupid.
I'm stupid. Really, that's the best you got.
You have only one attack.
Well, he's got a point there.
You are incapable of protecting your loved ones.
That's just blatantly untrue.
Which is why Jean is cheating on you with Wolverine.
What?
I barely find her attractive.
Your poor leadership has resulted in the fracturing of mutant unity.
I'm a great leader.
Cyclops, I think I'm dying.
Shut up, Morph.
All you do is make things worse, which is why your father abandoned you and your brother hates you. Perhaps you should do everyone a favor and disconnect from the server.
What does that even mean?
You know what it means.
Quit your yapping, tin can.
Wolverine, your gruff exterior hides a desperate need for belonging, but face it, Jean will never love you, Bob.
You don't know me.
You lie alone at night, stroking a picture of her face.
You've been doing this behind my back?
You're in the picture too, Summers, so it's cool.
She will never be yours, not because you are a failed experiment or a weapon with no purpose, but because you're 5'3" on a good day.
You bastard!
Enough of this! I harbor no love for the X-Men, but nor can I bear witness to this savagery. Now you face the master of magnetism, Sentinel!
1942.
Don't listen to it, Magnus.
Savior, always trying to save others, but you couldn't even save yourself from a wheelchair.
Nice try, Sentinel, but I think you'll find my mind is a little harder to penetrate.
Your legacy is one of failure and loss, including but not limited to your hair.
Oh dear!
Blue, mass murderer, global warming, leprosy.
This model is too powerful.
Forgive me, my X-Men.
Anyone else feel like we just got cyberbullied?
Shut up, Beast.
God damn it,
Must you
Beast.
speak your
Disconnect
words from the server, Hank? Please, please, for the love of God, Hank.
X-Men defeated, initiating primary objective. I am going to build a wall, and Genosha is going to pay for it. The X-Men are losers, total losers. We've got the smartest Sentinels, the toughest Sentinels, drain the mutant swamp.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Come on, Professor. It's not that bad.
I literally mean it, Scott. I'm going to space with my hot alien wife. Wolverine, you're in charge.
You left Morph to die, Summers.
I had no choice.
Next time, I use these.
No one even liked Morph.
I did.
Why?
He would turn into Jean and say soothing things to
You're
me.
a goddamn loser, Logan. My ridiculously expensive car.
I made you a convertible.
That's it, Logan. I challenge you to a duel.
Let's go, pretty boy.
Danger room. 5 minutes. Also, don't call me that.
This is going to be good. I certainly hope so, Charles.
What's he doing here?
To watch the fight, Hank. He's got a fair bit of money riding on this. Wolverine for life! No using your magnetism to cheat now, Magnus. Why, Charles? Don't you trust me?
Professor, I think this is not the most appropriate.
English, Gambit! English!
Professor, I am speaking English.
Is he trying to sell us wine or something? Goodness knows.
Summers!
I was starting to think you wouldn't come, Logan.
Oh, I came, Summers. I came.
Why is he in a suit?
I have literally never seen him wear that before. It seems rather impractical.
Not to mention disturbing.
I suspect he is dressing for Cyclops' funeral.
Damn it, I swear to God, if you don't start speaking English, I'm sending you to whatever backwater country you crawled out from.
Professor, I am American.
We both know this is about Jean. You don't deserve her, Summers.
You're like over 100. Don't you think you're a little old for her?
Everyone my age is dead.
Kinda sounds like the universe is trying to tell you something there, bub.
Don't you bub me.
What are you gonna do about it, bub?
You can't take her from me.
You're a goddamn simp, Logan.
Rich coming from the guy who has a crush on the professor.
Charles, is this true? I'd never date a student, but if I did, no one would remember.
Are you suggesting you erase our memories?
You get one more chance, Gambit. One more chance.
But
Dude, stop talking.
You're just a feral hobbit.
Hobbits ain't 5'3", bub.
You need to be put on a leash.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, you fascist bastard?
You reek of cigarettes and alcohol.
Same smell as your dad. Oh, wait. He left you. My suit! You ruined my ridiculously expensive suit!
Yeah, well, you destroyed my car.
Fair enough.
Want to play some basketball?
Will Jean be there?
God damn it, Logan.
Is it over?
I traveled all the way from Asteroid M for this?
If only I could erase my own memories.
My heart swells from the passion these two warriors put on display. Enchanté!
Give me back my son.
Join us, Scott.
Make love to her, Scott.
Could someone explain what's happening?
Scott's been offered a harem of gene clones for his child.
Make me the tribute.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Logan, shut the hell up.
You look so handsome when you're angry, Scott.
You're a bad boy, Scott.
This is serious. You kidnapped my son, for God's sake.
That's what you said in my fanfiction as well, Scott.
Let's roleplay it, Scott.
Who's the corpse in drag?
I believe that is referred to as an incel.
Sinister is actually a basement-dwelling cuss.
Subject matter expert over here.
Shut up!
I can hear you, you know.
Get rid of your friends, Scott. They're spoiling the mood.
I know you're in there, Jean. Please, listen to me.
Oh, she's in here, all right. Would you like to come get her?
Let me fetch my camera. The shrew has been forged from brimstone.
Excuse me?
Foul temptress, sing your honeyed words no longer.
Listen, I don't really date older guys.
You dress like a harlot.
Well, I have a lot to show off.
Rogue is way hotter than you know.
What did you say?
She's intense, daring, fresh.
Ain't as fresh as you think, buddy.
Not some used goods such as yourself.
You're making me mad!
And what shall you do? Use your budget-level telekinesis?
Magneto, I really
Plucked
wouldn't.
from the bargain bin.
I don't think you should be.
Also, did I mention that you're a slut?
Magneto, are you okay?
She's so damn hot, Scott.
Excuse me?
I would have done the same thing at your age.
Okay.
Hell, I would have done the same thing yesterday.
Listen, you're injured. You need
She
to...
was so beautiful, Scott. I couldn't concentrate.
Look, no one's doubting your strength, okay?
Her eyes, Scott. I got lost in them.
She does have pretty eyes.
And her bust. Oh.
Okay, I think I
There's
heard...
glass in my crotch, Scott.
What?
A shard of glass. Lodged right up in there.
Well, that's why we need
Every
to...
time I look at her, it deepens.
I really didn't need
I
to...
need you to remove it.
I'm not touching
Think
it.
of Rogue.
I'm just gonna leave.
So hot, so damn hot. Your fearless leader is defeated. My penis. Oh, God.
He really wasn't our leader.
Now bend the knee, and I might share my fan fiction with you.
We'll never join you.
Need convincing? Fine. I'll read you a section. Scott and Jean undressed each other.
We're not interested.
Let the man speak!
The light danced on Scott's chiseled frame. His abs were sculpted to perfection. His pecs a marvel of strength. It was a beautiful body. A magnificent body. Jean looked good too.
You're making this really difficult for me, Sinister.
He doesn't care about you, Jean.
You're the vessel for Scott's seed. Of course I care.
You're just a clone to him, Jean. But not to me.
Scott, that's so sweet.
How come when I say it, it's creepy?
Because you're hunched over and panting?
He's obsessed with clones because he can't make real friends.
Maybe he should try cloning a personality for himself.
Yeah, and he's ugly too.
Guys, I literally gave you a free reading of my fan fiction.
So come back with us.
I'm not sure, Scott.
Threesome with the real Jean?
Goodbye, Sinister.
Come back! I can change, Scott! I can change! Sinister! My penis. Magneto. Care to star in my next fanfiction? Oh, Lord, no! No!
Where is that blasted salami? Ah, there it is. All it needs is slicing.
Hey, Logan.
Hey, Summers, how's it?
Dear God, what the hell are you doing?
Something wrong?
You're using your claws.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
Those claws go inside your body.
Yeah, I kind of
And
noticed.
you're preparing food with them?
I was until you showed
Let
up.
me ask you something, Logan. Is your body sterile?
My little boys swim straight, Summers.
Do you even wash
They're
them?
not out in the shower, pal. Don't want to damage the goods.
Why don't you just use a knife?
A knife?
Yeah, a knife.
I'm the Wolverine. I am the knife.
That probably sounded a lot cooler in your head.
What's going on here?
Wolverine's cutting food with his claws.
His claws? Ah, this explains everything.
What do you mean?
Well, a student died last week.
What?
Yes, they died. From adamantium poisoning. Nasty way to go.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want it affecting your performance.
His performance?
You see, when you're running a team of dangerous mutants like I am, accidents happen. It's part of the business. And naturally, you have to weigh the good against the bad. The good, Wolverine fights our enemies, and he's damn good at it. The bad, he kills kids.
What?
Oh, don't look at me like that, Logan. I'm not even mad. In fact, I'm relieved. I had a few, shall we say, unsavory theories about how that adamantium got in there.
I killed kids?
Goodness, no. It was just the one kid. And he didn't even have a good mutant power. I think he could talk to pigeons or something.
I can't live with myself.
Oh, don't be like that. It's not the first time this sort of thing has happened. Isn't that right, Scott?
What?
Scott, my boy, don't pretend that you forgot blasting little Timmy's head off. Remember, you were teaching class and he had a question, and you leant over his desk to help, but your glasses fell off?
Oh my God.
That's right, point-blank optic blast right to the face. Poor little bastard never stood a chance. You really don't remember?
This is... Oh my God. The nightmares, the horrible nightmares, they all make sense!
Oh, that's right, I erased your memories. Couldn't let my star teacher suffer a nervous breakdown. Goodness knows I don't want to teach these kids. Anyway, enjoy your sandwich.
So, how thick are those salami slices? Because if you're using your claws, then they must at least be as thick as the distance between your knuckles, right?
Gather round, Fantastic Four. I have some terrible news.
Why's old Buckethead leading us?
He's a powerful mutant, Ben. He could be of great help.
Indeed, I am. And I regret to inform you that the city bank is about to be robbed.
Robbed? We can't let that happen.
Fear not, Richards, for the mighty Magneto has already thought of a plan.
We're gonna clobber him, right?
You bet we are, Ben.
No, my simple-minded friends. We're going to rob the bank first.
We're going to... what?
You see, Richards, if we rob the bank, then what will be left for the robbers? Why, nothing, of course. The plan will be foiled.
And how does that help?
It means they won't be able to rob the bank.
But the bank's still getting robbed.
But not by them.
Is your helmet on too tight?
Indeed, only the mighty Magneto could have thought of such a plan.
Yeah, no one's doubting that.
But I fear we'll need to go a step further, my friends, for the bank tellers won't simply let us take the money.
So we'll need Invisible Girl to make us invisible.
A straightforward solution, but I offer a better one. We kill them.
You want us to kill people?
Correct! It's obvious the robbers will shoot them, so by doing this, we'll prevent the crime from happening.
But they'll be dead.
But not by them.
And what about the money, Magneto? Where do we put it?
We will put the money in a car.
Whose car?
My car.
And when do we bring it back to the bank?
We won't.
So what do we do with it?
I'll drive away with it.
You know, Magneto, how about you just let the Fantastic Four handle this one?
And steal my brilliant plan for yourselves?
I promise that we won't be using your plan.
And what of human-mutant relations?
I think we're doing you a favor on that one.
Well, I have some other plans.
I'm sure you do.
We blow up the bank.
No.
I drop an asteroid on the bank.
Definitely not.
I turn off Earth's magnetic field.
I fail to see how that will help.
You're worse than Charles.
Look, just wait here with Herbie for a while, okay? Ben and I will take care of things.
Herbie, did you know that you're going to be replaced?
Master would never do that.
Oh, yes. With Susan's brother, the Human Torch. They'll be the new Fantastic Four.
This cannot be true.
I'm afraid it is. But the mighty Magneto knows a way to save you, Herbie.
Please tell me.
By killing Richards before he makes the decision.
Logic checks out. Exterminate Reed Richards. Exterminate. Exterminate.
To me, my X-Men.
What is it, Professor?
A danger that threatens our very existence.
Sentinels?
Magneto?
Disney. Enrollment.
Enrollment?
Yes, Scott. Enrollment numbers are down. I'm bleeding money faster than the danger room goes through interns.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Why is this happening?
Isn't it obvious, Professor? We're sexist.
Pardon?
Well, come on, X-Men? Not exactly the most inclusive, is it?
I fail to see the issue here, Scott.
Well, what would you think if you were a woman?
Probably something along the lines of, check out these bazungas! Auga!
I need to brush my hair.
How many times can I make Wolverine cry?
You see, this is the problem. We're not progressive enough. We need to rebrand, and it starts with our name.
Very well, Scott. Let's indulge your little fantasies. What inclusive masterpiece of a name do you propose?
How about Sex Men?
That's awful. Like, literally awful. Like you should feel bad for even suggesting.
You can't talk to me like that.
I actually agree with Hank.
Thanks, Professor.
Shut up, Hank.
Guys, it's really quite simple. Our new name should be X-Women.
You must be joking.
I'm a champion of diversity, Professor. I never joke.
Okay, but isn't that name just as bad?
What do you mean?
Well, isn't it sexist to men? Why would a man want to join the X-Women?
Why would a man want to join a team full of females in their physical prime?
Fair point.
You know, Scott, I think I can really get behind this whole diversity thing.
That's the plan, Professor.
But what about the women who aren't females?
What?
Nah, I know what he's talking about. Got fooled by a few of those back in Thailand.
It's 2024, guys. Gender's as fluid as the danger room floor.
Really got to do something about those interns.
What the hell are we supposed to call ourselves?
X-people?
I was thinking more like X-they-them.
What about extremists?
Quiet, you lot need to take this more seriously. Money's involved. Trouble with the boys, Charles. Somewhat. It turns out that I'm, in fact, a massive sexist. I'm glad I don't have this problem. What's your team called? The Brotherhood. Gotta go!
Professor, should we be concerned that Magneto's here?
Don't worry, Scott. He's got bigger problems than us. But fear not. I've thought of the perfect name.
Hi, Professor X. I'm so excited to be here.
Happy to hear it. Welcome to the Liberation Group for Belonging, Tolerance, Quality, Inclusivity, and Acceptance. Plus more.
Wow, I'm not sure if I'll remember all that.
Well, think of an acronym or something. Have you met Storm?
Storm, mistress of the elements, commands you to release that child.
Whoa, she's so cool.
My corporate sponsors seem to think so. I love being a rich white male. The time is upon us, my dear. Humanity's day of reckoning is at hand.
Indeed, Lord Magneto, the era of mutants has begun.
I trust you've assembled our team.
Yes, Magneto, they shall be your sword to wield in the coming battles.
Excellent! Let me see them. My weapons of war.
First is Pyro, his righteous flame shall scorch us a path to victory.
G'day, mate.
Next is Avalanche, the earth trembles before his wrath.
Hey.
And finally, Blob!
Blob!
Don't let his appearance fool you, my lord. His strength is unmatched.
Is there food at this thing?
You sure we're talking about the same Blob?
I assure you, he is very strong.
Can someone get me a chair? I'm starting to get cramps.
Mystique, is this your idea of punishment?
Lord?
Surely I must have offended you, considering this...
I do not understand.
That's just a fat guy, Mystique.
Of whom do you speak?
Of whom do you speak? Are you serious? Of whom do you bloody well think I speak?
Do you refer to Blob?
Yes, I refer to Blob. Look at him. I mean, look at him.
If diabetes is wrong, then I don't want to be right.
I can't be seen with this. Is he even a mutant?
How else could he get to that size?
Poor life choices. Zero self-control. A vendetta against vegetables.
I'm like 99% sure he's a mutant.
Then what's his power?
Well, he's immovable.
That's because he's morbidly obese, Mystique.
Oi, so we torching the humans or what,
He
mate?
can absorb the impact from bullets and punches.
I'm sure his chins make a fine shield.
I wanted to be a geologist, you know.
I assure you, he's powerful.
Can we speed this up? My knees are killing me here.
Okay, that's it. Everybody out.
Lord?
Listen, I'm all for diversity, all right? I mean, I've hired a blue transsexual, whatever the hell Pyro is meant to be.
I was bottle-fed Vegemite by a Joey in a bushfire, mate.
But this is just a joke.
Is it a bad time to mention I clogged your toilet?
I just want my teen to be good. Is that really so much to ask?
I understand, my lord.
The only useful one here is Juggernaut, and he's on loan from Charles, and he isn't even a mutant.
Little bro's a good businessman. What can I say?
Magneto, I promise you that we can win with this team.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Crikey, what a ripper!
You! Stop doing that! Stop looking silly!
Flaming heck, she's a beauty!
Please calm yourself, Magneto.
Charles got all the good mutants! It isn't fair! It's not my fault I don't have a mansion!
He does have a very big mansion.
How am I supposed to compete?
In a prime location with stunning views.
Do you think Rogue will come back to us?
I fear she has embraced the X-Men, my lord.
I'd have enjoyed her company, in more ways than one.
Professor X's hold on her is rather strong.
I don't suppose you'd be up for a bit of shape-shifting?
Magneto!
All right, forget it. All is lost. Our mission has failed. The humans have won.
My fat rolls are starting to sweat.
Nuking the mutants! Scott, Jean, I don't have much time.
Professor, what happened?
I've been shot.
Oh, dear Lord.
I didn't see him. He's still on the loose.
Should we call an ambulance?
No, Jean, it's fine. I'll just walk it off.
But, Professor, you're crippled.
Must you remind me at a time like this?
Seriously, Scott, what's wrong with you?
Oh, woe is me.
Couldn't you tell he was joking?
This joke made no sense.
It's like I'm being shot a second time.
I found it funny, Professor.
Then why didn't you laugh?
We don't have time for this. Jean, let's catch the shooter.
Well, if it isn't the two lovebirds.
Wolverine, we need your help.
Want someone to hold the camera?
Camera?
Well, I assume you're both heading back to your room.
Logan, what the hell are you talking about?
Listen, it's cool. I'm happy to watch and work on my grip strength.
Can you stop simping for 5 minutes?
I mean, I could try.
Logan, the professor's been shot.
It was you, wasn't it?
What?
Why'd you do it, pretty boy? Was stealing my girl not enough?
Logan, I was never your girl.
Damn, now I know how the professor feels.
We're looking for the shooter. Do you have any clues?
Well, how about the guy who has a motive? The guy who hates the professor more than anyone. That's where I'd start.
Of course. Thanks, Logan.
I didn't do it for you, Summers. I did it for her.
I'd rather you did it for the professor.
I did it for the professor.
Good afternoon, Hank.
Fine morrow to you both. Would you care for lunch?
Quit the pleasantries, Beast. We know it was you.
Why'd you do it, Hank?
Do what?
Lives are at risk.
People could die.
Don't you think I know that? But this is what's necessary for the betterment of science.
Science?
The genetic experiments, the DNA splicing. Sure, a few hosts died, but what is there suffering in the face of progress?
Hank, what are you talking about?
The grand betrayal wasn't supposed to happen yet, but so be it. Your DNA will make fine additions to my collection.
Hank, the professor's been shot.
Oh, right. Of course.
And we think you did it since you hate him.
Hate him? Why would I hate him?
Well, he tells you to shut up a lot.
Guys, when has he ever said that?
Shut up, Hank. Shut up, Hank. Shut up, Hank. Disconnect from the server, Hank. You have to be so blue.
Okay, fair point. But I didn't shoot him.
Look, we wouldn't even blame you if you did.
He's telling the truth, Scott. I read his mind.
Maybe you should have started with that.
Help me.
Jubilee, what's wrong?
I've been shot.
Why would someone do this?
They're probably dealing with unresolved trauma.
No, I mean, why would someone shoot you? You're clearly no threat. It's a waste of a bullet.
Thanks.
Walk it off, Jubilee.
Professor.
That's my name. Well, actually, it's Charles Francis Xavier, but who's keeping track?
Francis. Super lame.
Shut up, Jubilee.
But you were shot. You asked us for help.
Pretty sure I'd remember getting shot.
You mean that wasn't you?
Have you two been drinking? Listen, it's fine. Just tell me it wasn't the vintage stuff, you know?
Well, if it wasn't you who was shot, then who?
It was me all along.
Morph.
That's right, your lovable friend who gets 0 screen time and was barely in the original X-Men animated series.
That face was never meant for primetime television. Ironic, since you're a shapeshifter.
You shifted into the professor, shot yourself, then sent Jean and I on this pointless search quest?
That's right. Fooled you, didn't I?
Morph, this is why you have no friends.
But I didn't actually shoot myself. I just shapeshifted the injury to be more convincing. I can do that since shapeshifting makes no sense.
Well, I guess that explains everything. There was no threat, and Morph will never make an appearance again. Problem solved.
Then who shot me? Guys, I was actually shot. If it wasn't Morph, then who did it?
Traitors!
Gambit! I thought I fired you.
Gambit deserves the spotlight, like the perfect croissant in the morning sun. And if Gambit can't have it, then you shall all starve. Viva la Louisiana! Taste the wrath of Gambit, you fromage-stealing swine! For every stolen line, I give you the gift of lead.
Professor, you've been shot in the leg!
I guess the title wasn't clickbait after all.
Well, Jean, looks like everything turned out all right in the end.
Scott, what are you talking about? Gambit's gone on a shooting spree.
Silly Jean, don't you see? Now we're like every other school in America. True equality at last.
I love you, Scott.
The great Nolan. How the mighty have fallen.
What do you want, Krieg?
I'm here to offer you one last chance at redemption. Rejoin the Viltrum Empire and finish what you started, subjugating Earth.
Earth isn't ours to conquer.
Damn it, Nolan! You've enslaved thousands of planets! How could a mere moment there make you so weak?
Anime. What? Let me break it down for you, Krieg. Anime is hot, like really hot. And cool, too.
What is anime?
So there was this tentacle monster, right? And it was big, like really big. And she was all like,
Oni-chan?
and she meant it, like really meant it.
The tentacle monster?
No, the protagonist's sister. Try to keep up, Krieg. You know what? You ruined the story. Let's just say it all snowballed from there. I settled down, married my dog, and became a best-selling hentai author.
Didn't you also have a son?
Who's the one telling this story, Krieg?
It just kinda seems like an important detail.
Well, yeah, I had a son. I left Earth in search of a planet of bug-shaped sex objects, and I had a son there, too.
You abandoned your mission for bugs?
It was the only logical thing to do.
You are a disgrace.
I sense you're upset.
We are the Viltrum Empire. We do not leave. We do not fail.
Are you going to hurt me?
Hurt you? No. I am going to execute you.
What are you gonna do to me?
Well, first, I'm going to make you fight a group of weak aliens.
A gangbang, huh?
Then I'm going to punch you over and over, just for the fun of it.
You're going to pound me.
But before all that, I think I might just stand here and choke you.
Choke me harder, Daddy.
What? I said, curse you, Krieg! You won't get away with this, you scoundrel!
That's not what you said.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
You said, and I quote you verbatim, choke me harder, Daddy.
Me? Nah, come on. I wouldn't say that. That's like, nah, come on.
That's what you said.
You're being silly, Krieg. You're being, like, really silly about this whole thing right now.
Do you have a torture kink?
Me?
No, I'm talking to the other guy who I'm currently choking. Yes, you!
Okay, so hear me out.
Dear God.
I've been very lonely the past few weeks.
I need to cleanse my skin.
And I just want to clarify, I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, it's just that's not really my thing.
How long have you been like this?
I simply enjoy participating in a variety of erotic practices involving roleplay, bondage, and discipline.
Did Earth do this to you?
I'm comfortable being naked around men, Krieg. It's a sign of high testosterone.
You were the best of us.
I agree that I'm out of your league.
I don't want to look at you.
I mean, we can get a bag if you...
Someone else can execute you.
Wait, Krieg.
What?
Throw me harder?
Anime is evil!
Who are you?
Nissa of the Viltrum Empire. Have you prepared Earth for our arrival?
Earth isn't yours to rule.
This planet, it's dying. The Empire can fix it.
We can look after ourselves.
The powerful of this world destroy their own home, strip resources for themselves. Just look at your climate.
Not the climate speech again.
Excuse me?
Oh no, global warming is killing us. Look, I just don't buy it, okay? Doesn't it all seem a little too convenient?
The giant hole in your ozone is convenient?
It is if you're a billionaire globalist.
That hole is allowing in excess radiation, leading to cancer. This disease has plagued humanity for centuries, but the Viltrumites have developed a cure. We can—
Big Pharma cover-up.
What?
They already have the cure to cancer. They're just not telling us.
Who are they?
Billionaire globalists.
Well, perhaps our Earth intel's a little out of date, but regardless, the people of your world are starving. Every year, millions die. But it doesn't have to be this way. The Viltrum Empire have developed a highly advanced—
They're deliberately creating food shortages to control the population.
By they, do you mean
the billionaire globalists?
Is there someone else I can talk to?
Is something wrong?
I just don't really get the impression that you're qualified.
I'm Earth's mightiest hero. How much more qualified do you want?
You just seem kind of stupid, that's all.
Stupid?
Stupid.
Okay, I admit my grades have been a little low this semester.
You still go to school?
But I'm street smart, you know? I'm good at reading people.
Weren't you unaware of your father's mission?
Fair point. I walked into that one. But I can tell you're not good at this.
Not good?
Yeah, this whole join the Viltrum Empire sales pitch. You're like really bad at it. No charisma, no enthusiasm.
You dare question my competence?
I'm gonna be honest, you're just coming off as pushy. Like, really pushy. How can you expect me to listen to
you? If you don't, then we will kill millions!
Hey, Anissa, pro tip. Don't threaten the audience you're trying to sell to. You're probably not gonna get a great conversion rate.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
Oh, wow. Cool quote, Anissa. Do they make it for men?
What?
Look, this is just painful, frankly. Could the Viltrum Empire not have sent someone else?
I am more than qualified.
You know, soft skills are kind of important, Anissa. They're actually like the most important type of skills.
Do not lecture me!
Well, I kind of think you need to be lectured. You're honestly pretty awful at this. There's not a single thing you could say to change my mind.
If you join the Viltrum Empire, I'll be your girlfriend.
Cower before your new overlords, humans!
Kid, we need to talk about Season 2. It was pretty cool, right? Did you see my big fight with Angstrom? It sucked. Well, come on, I think that's a little— Nolan was barely in it, kid. Ain't much of a show without your dad. Hey, Cecil, not sure if you noticed, but it's called Invincible. No one likes you, Mark. You're a little, bitch baby. Excuse me? You lose all your fights, Mark. The Mahler twins? Really? In my defense, there were more than 2. Like, way more than 2. Your mutant bastard of a brother would have put up a better fight. Cecil! Oh, don't pretend you care about him. You held off that Viltrumite for like 5 seconds, tops. Look, he caught me by surprise. No one cares about your love life, Mark. Least of all with Amber. Leave her out of this. Oh, don't worry. I intend to. Ain't a snowball's chance in hell that grumpy bitch is making it into Season 3. You're worse than my dad. Your dad's the best damn thing that ever happened to the show, and don't you forget it. Remember how awesome Season 1 was? Oh, all those big shocking moments of Omni-Man murdering people? Yeah, it's kind of hard to forget. The audience didn't know what the hell was going on. Whether he was good or evil or what. Kept us on the edge of our seats, Mark. Cecil, he's a genocidal maniac. A genocidal maniac who got us views, kid. Damn, I miss him. Look, Season 2 was kind of like my coming-of-age arc. Just give me a little more time. Can you even grow a mustache? I failed to see how that's relevant. Okay, then what about a beard? Can we please just— Have you even shaved before? No, all right? I'm writing you out, kid. What? You're out. You can't do this to me. You don't have the star power, kid. I'm the main character. You ain't main as shit, and we both know it. We both know when people ask, hey, have you seen Invincible? They ain't talking about you. I'm relatable, vulnerable, endearing. We're bringing back the Catman. Who? The big fluffy guy that kicked your ass in Season 1. Probably hard for you to keep track of all the ass kickings you've been handed, so I understand. You're replacing me with a cat? Well, you're both pussies. I can't believe this. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Omni-Man, Alan, and Catman will do a jailbreak. Then they'll all team up and stuff. What about my training arc? Oh, like Catman's the serious one, Alan's the funny one, and Omni-Man somewhere in the middle. What about defending Earth? There's a rivalry between them, and it's all wholesome and shit. You can't do this to me, Cecil. Please, please let me be in Season 3. Please, Cecil. Please. Jesus, kid, look at you. You're like a sad bumblebee trying to suck its own stinger. What? Look, I'll throw you a bone here, all right? There might be a way for me to get you in. Yes, Cecil. Please, anything. You remember that Viltrumite that kicked your ass? Which one? Oh, walked into that one. What's her name? Amnesia? Anissa? Yeah, well, there's a scene from the comics I'd like you both to recreate. That sounds great. Oh, it will be. For one of you, huh? Okay, so she returns to Earth, all right? And you're both fighting. Yeah. And you lose. Again? I mean, I guess that's cool. And then she, then she kills me? Kinda like the opposite. She flies away? Well, yeah, but not before she, takes her prize. She robs me? Well, yeah, in a sense. Cecil, I don't have any money. God damn it, kid. Just look at the strip from the comic, all right? Oh my god! Them comics hit a little different, right? She's really gonna do that to me? Damn straight. It's Season 3. Let's hope so. And when's the premiere date? February 6th. I can't wait!